Welcome, everyone. So, have there been any new challenges this week?
Yes. Sometimes I think I should just yank the old car radio out. What can I do when a song comes on about sexy this and sexy that, or like a rap song with even more explicit language?
Yeah, or the TV is on and suddenly there are people making raunchy jokes.
Good questions. We can do our best to limit what our kids are exposed to, but we can't isolate them from the world. The good news is a lot of stuff just whizzes right by them when they're young. And when they're older, we can use it as another opportunity to talk about our values.
One of my older sons asked me what rape means. What about scary words like that?
Well, again, it goes back to those values conversations. You can explain that rape is a very serious crime where someone forces themselves onto another person in a sexual way. As you keep teaching your kids about the connections between sexuality and values like caring, kindness, respect, and responsibility, they'll come to understand that rape is wrong because it's about the opposite of those values. And remember, when it comes to young children, these topics don't have the same charge as they do for adults. They're just gathering information about the world they live in. Now, if the child is a lot younger, you could leave it at, rape is something that's against the law. It's still a totally truthful answer, just simpler. And once their question is answered, they'll most likely be satisfied and move on to the next topic. If not, they'll just ask another question.
Like, okay, Mommy, what's for lunch?
Exactly. Keep in mind, too, that a great response to a question isn't necessarily a direct answer. Asking a child, what do you think that means, often helps you understand their level of thinking and how best to respond. And if it's true, don't ever hesitate to say, great question. I want to think about how to answer it. I'll get back to you.
What about? You're not old enough to know about that.
Well, a response like that can discourage kids from asking questions because they might say to themselves, if I'm old enough to think of a question, why aren't I old enough for an answer? It can send a message that simply being curious is wrong.
I agree that we could do our best to limit what kids are exposed to. But how do we deal with 2-year-olds getting their own tablet?
And I know a 5-year-old who has her own cell phone.
That's a really big topic. Young children, for sure, are years and years away from being able to safely manage any device with an internet connection. I've noticed families do really well when kids grow up knowing they have to earn their tech or screen time by first demonstrating they can use it responsibly.
But my 9-year-old insists I'm the only mother in the world who won't let her have a phone. She's Oscar-level convincing.
And of course, that's not even close to being true, even though she may really believe it. You know, it can be very helpful to compare notes with other parents from time to time and decide on rules that everyone can agree to. Then, everyone is working together to make the world safer for our kids.
And can we all just yank our car radios out together, too? I'm so sick of these songs. Or maybe I'll just turn it off.